Good afternoon, my name is Dillon Gray. Today I'll be giving a discovery speech. I'll be talking about the nanopatch vaccine. Before we get started, if I could just have everyone just give their name for the camera here.
Hi, I'm Karen.
Marvin.
Delaney.
Danny.
Callie.
Dan.
Kelly.
Thank you. At some point in your life, I'm certain you've probably had a vaccine. Maybe as a baby, as a child, or even as an adult. It could have been against smallpox, measles, tetanus, or perhaps the most commonly known influenza vaccine. I'm also sure that you're aware of the painful sting that usually accompanies this vaccine. But what if there was a way to receive vaccines without pain, or even perhaps without seeing a doctor? Well, as it turns out, that may not be too far off, thanks to the development of a needleless and painless vaccine in the form of the nanopatch. Today I plan to inform you about the nanopatch. I will do so by addressing what it is and the benefits it provides. Let's begin by talking about what exactly the nanopatch is. As described by Dr. Ananya Mandal in her article, Needle-Free Nanopatch Vaccine Delivery System, the nanopatch is potentially the biggest breakthrough in vaccine delivery since the invention of the syringe more than 150 years ago. Instead of one large needle, the nanopatch vaccine has hundreds of microscopic needles that are intended to deliver the vaccines to immune cells under the skin. The nanopatch measures approximately 1 centimeter squared and is applied simply by pressing it against the skin. The microscopic projections are composed of a polymer, sugar, and the vaccine, which will then dissolve, and then the vaccine can be discarded. So aside from dissolvable microneedles that are pretty cool, there's some real benefits to the new delivery system as well. It's estimated that 20% of the adult population has a phobia of needles. The nanopatch would address those individuals because while it may seem like substituting one large needle for 100 smaller ones would be painful, according to Prausnitz in the article, While Your Future Vaccination Might Not Be a Shot, you would have a hard time feeling a difference between the needles being there or not being there. Another potential benefit of the nanopatch vaccine is the ability to increase coverage. In the article, Microneedle Patch for Measles Vaccinations Could Be a Game Changer by the Center for Disease Control, they state that global coverage with the measles vaccine has been stagnant for the last few years at around 85%. Now, 85% sounds good until you realize that 95% coverage is what's necessary in order to eradicate the transmission of the disease. A big reason for this coverage gap is because in developing countries, people have to travel to clinics because that's where medical professionals are, as well as refrigeration. But imagine if the vaccines could be self-administered, which is perfectly possible with the nanopatch vaccine. The simple instructions are apply the vaccine to the skin, and then after it's administered, it can be discarded. It's also estimated that approximately half of the vaccines in Africa are not working properly. This is due to the cold chain being broken. The powder coating vaccine on the nanopatch eliminates the need for refrigeration. Additionally, because the nanopatch vaccine delivers the vaccine to the immune cells in the skin, approximately 1/150th of the amount of vaccine is needed in order to work properly. This is due to the fact that there's more immune cells in the skin cells than there are in muscle tissue. Another indirect benefit of the nanopatch vaccine would be the elimination of needle pricks. This could inadvertently lower the transmission of diseases such as HIV. The nanopatch is scheduled for human trials in 2017, beginning with measles, but then branching off into the other influenza, smallpox areas. The trials with rhesus monkeys have already been conducted and have been extremely successful, and the results are very promising. Thank you very much for listening to my speech, and have a good day.